Guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to do a video regarding dark energy crystals and its future price appreciation prospects. So first of all, if you're new to the channel, my name is Dwayne Cunningham. I go by Infidel 1258, and we do videos based on Splinterlands gameplay, analysis of your deck, talking about strategies to improve and grind and climb higher so that you can maximize the rewards that are offered by this amazing game, because it does reward you for your time and attention, unlike most video games today. And so that's what we're about. And if that sounds interesting, make sure you like and subscribe. Definitely blow up the comment section, because I'm constantly reading my comments and I'm in there looking for great comments that can drive the channel's future videos. And I issue rewards in the form of DEC or SPS or card delegations to people who are helping me out in that way. So, help me out by giving those comments, and I'll make sure I'm returning the favor as often as I can. Okay, without further ado, we're talking about DEC, which is dark energy crystals, and specifically we want to talk about future price promise. Where are we going with this thing? Is it gonna go up in value? Is it gonna go down in value? Is it gonna stay right where it is? So there's some fundamental considerations that we can look at, and one of them is in this video here. I have pulled up YouTube Live Splinterlands AMA. This is a discussion between Agrode and Yabat Matt, who are the two co-founders of Splinterlands. So they're uniquely poised to give us, great fundamental and even philosophical considerations about this game, and specifically dark energy crystals. And so there's an excerpt here that I'm going to share with you from one of their most recent YouTube AMAs, which if you don't follow, you should. They're chock full of amazing information that's going to help everyone from beginner to expert. And so this minute that we're going to listen to is going to show you that. It's going to show Agrode's going to ask one of the questions that the audience listed, and it's going to be about the inflation rate with dark energy crystals. And both he and Yabat Matt are going to weigh in on, is inflation a good thing? Are they going to get rid of inflation? What are they going to do about the inflation rate? Let's listen, because it's going to have implications for the future price considerations. Here we go.
Tech S, I have noticed the dark energy crystal available for winning matches increased a bit lately. Have you increased the dark energy crystal inflation to try to bring the price down? Well, that thing is it's designed as an algorithmic stablecoin. So when the price goes up, the amount that we print goes up. So like if we're at 2,660 Splintoshis, we're printing, actually we're up to 2,870 now. So let's just do some easy math. We're at 3,000 Splintoshis. We're going to print 3,000, or we're going to print 3 times the normal amount. And so, there's some pressure to bring it back down. Whether or not it brings it back down, who knows? Because you don't know what the demand will be. But we are printing more, and that's why you're seeing more in your wins and your rewards. It is certainly higher than normal.
Yeah, just to be clear, we announced, I think a couple months ago, that change, or maybe less, but we announced a change on our blog where the amount of rewards for the ranked battle reward pool will adjust automatically based on the market price of dark energy crystals, which is the somewhat common mechanic for a lot of algorithmic stablecoins. So
right there, Agrode said DEC inflation is not a bug, it's a feature. That was the intended purpose of the program, the algorithmic inflation. He said that it's supposed to be a stable coin, and it's algorithmically stabilized. And the intention always was 1,000 DEC equals $1 US. And so they're telling you very clearly that that's the way it always has been, and that's the way that they intend to keep it. And they don't think that the inflation that we're seeing recently, where we're receiving significantly more dark energy crystals per win, is a bad thing. They think it's part of the natural process that they always desired and intended. So what does that tell us as a fundamental consideration about the future prospects for price appreciation in this token, dark energy crystals? Well, it tells us that whenever the price goes up, and Agrode said this, whenever the price goes up, the amount of DEC issued goes up. So that should be concerning for people who are thinking, I'm going to buy DEC. It's going up so much. It's going to keep going up. I'm going to hold it and I'm going to do better off in the future. Why, why would it keep going up if there's this algorithmic and unrelenting pressure, this printing of the token, and there's no supply limit, so they can print as much as they want in order to bring that down. Now, it's algorithmic, so the algorithm will decide how much is issued, but that pressure is not going to be relieved until the price comes back down. And so why, yes, currently the price is disconnected from that intended peg. And so it is possible for the price to go higher still. I'm not saying tomorrow it's going to drop. I'm not saying today it's going to drop. What I'm saying is that when whatever is happening right now to cause people to hoard DEC stops, the price will go down. So the question is, what is going on right now that's causing people to hoard DEC? Do we know? Is there a logical justification for what's going on there? Yes. Right now, there is an SPS airdrop. It's going on for 365 days. As of August 2nd, 365 days. So we've got something like 350 days left. Over the course of the next 350 days, for every day that you own assets, cards, packs, land tokens, or dark energy crystals, you are going to receive SPS rewards direct to your account, which you can claim simply for holding those assets. So we have this consideration, the SPS airdrop, that is incentivizing Splinterland game players to hold DEC and not spend it. And we have a timeline for when that incentive will expire. 365 days from August 2nd. And so I think right there we have a fundamental, like a very important consideration when we think about the long-term price appreciation and price direction of dark energy crystals. Dark energy crystals is not supposed to be a token that goes up and away. It's supposed to be a stable coin. The algorithm is doing what it needs to bring it back to its stable peg. It might not happen today or tomorrow, but in a year, maybe even sooner, as people start to pull back from wanting to get the SPS airdrops, perhaps. That's also something. Like, it doesn't have to be in a year. It can be if some certain big whales and big accounts decide that they'd rather just maybe buy SPS as opposed to try and hold assets in order to grow their SPS. They could just go buy the SPS. That might happen. And so either the airdrop stopping in a year, or people just deciding they'd rather buy the SPS token than try and sit on assets like dark energy crystals in order to claim SPS daily. Either way, this wind in the sails of the dark energy crystal price will go away eventually. It will subside. And so where does that leave at DEC? Well, it leaves it probably back around 1,000 to $1. And I've seen DEC below $1 per thousand. And so I don't see why it couldn't go back there again. And so this thing is going to yo-yo, but that algorithm is going to do what it needs to do for as long as it needs to do it until it brings that coin back down. And so when people leave comments asking about, if you had $100, would you buy DEC right now? And then look for the SPS rewards from holding the DEC, plus the potential for DEC price appreciation. My first thought is no. Like, no. Because right now the price of DEC is greatly disconnected, but it would just take a few big whales to just dump some DEC and then saturate the market where that price could just, be a problem for you. And holding that coin, which is by definition supposed to be stable and pegged at 1,000 to 1 and is way over that currently, seems to me to be a risky play, particularly when there's another token in this game, SPS, which has such an interesting use case and exciting future. And that's a whole other video. We'll do that one. You're going to have to stay tuned until tomorrow. But as far as DEC and future price predictions, I mean, I don't know where it's going today, tomorrow, next week, or next month. But in the long run, I can't see any justification beyond the SPS airdrop and the incentive that is offering for DEC to continue being higher than the peg. That's the tailwind pushing this thing forward, the SPS airdrop. But when that tailwind subsides, this plane will come crashing down. And I think it could happen quickly, especially as the price starts to dip and then people say things like, oh, like, you know, I need to get rid of my dark energy crystals, and they'll dump them into the P2P market, buying cards with what will be, you know, it'll be, those dark energy crystals are worth quite a bit at that time, so they'll get a lot of cards for their bang for their buck. But, you know, the idea that this is going to be a good long hold, or that it's better to just hold DEC than to go out and buy SPS if your whole desire is SPS in the first place, I don't agree. So, in short, DEC is a stable coin, and even though it's pulled away from that peg, the future is that it's going to return to that peg. And it might be a while, but it's going to return to that peg. So that's my thoughts on DEC. And, you know, but SPS, that's the one. Stay tuned for tomorrow, and we'll talk all about that. Guys, if you like this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. We talk about all things Splinterlands, and I appreciate your time and attention. Thank you so much, and God bless.